Hey everybody, how you guys doing today? Recently, I did an appraisal for a small income property. Actually, it was a 4-family property. In this particular building, they had 4 units. Each unit had 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, living room, dining room, and kitchen. Okay, so in the process of appraising this property, I chose 2 properties that structurally look very similar to the subject property. And then there are another 2 properties that also had the same unit mix, but they were structured a little differently. Specifically, as opposed to having a 2 and 2 on each side from the front, it was more vertical. So the reason I'm bringing this up is because, interestingly, I got a request back, or a correction. Appraisers hate to see those things, but I got a correction back from the underwriter. And all he said was, or she said was, they're not similar to the subject. And the only thing that's not similar about these 2 properties is that, my building, the building that I'm appraising, is constructed in one manner, and these other 2 are not. They're constructed in a slightly different manner. There's still 4 units in the building, and each unit still has 2 bedrooms, 1 bath. I mean, from an economic standpoint, they're exactly the same. But, whatever. So that led me to thinking, so why is it that people would think that they're not the same? Well, in this instance, like I said, they're not the same simply because they are constructed differently. They provide the exact same functionality. Let me repeat that. They provide the exact same functionality. And because of that, that's why I chose them. That and the fact that I didn't have too many other choices. Yeah, but that's neither here nor there. So, what's the lesson? The lesson is this: just because something looks a little different than what you think it should look like doesn't mean that it's not a reasonable comparable. Now, how does this apply to, single family properties? In single family properties, we kind of break things up into, at least I do, kind of break things up into 2 different categories, right? I'm dealing with properties that are multi-level and single level. Now, why do I make that distinction? I make that distinction because me now, as a 50-year-old, I'm starting to understand the importance of not walking up and down stairs. I know that sounds silly, but it's true. For whatever reason, I think an old high school athletic injury, basketball injury, my hip bothers me when I walk up and down stairs. I know that's crazy, but like I said, it happens. So if this is happening to me and I'm pretty reasonably fit, I think, and I'm moving around and doing stuff, it's probably happening to other people about my age or even older. So therefore, in all honesty, my preferred house style now is really starting to trend towards more of a 1-story ranch. Frankly, I'd even pay more for it. Why? Because I don't have to walk up and down those stairs anymore. I wouldn't have to walk up and down stairs. So, and that honestly is kind of a trend that you see amongst older individuals. Not just older people, and I only point on older people because it's the easiest example to poke on, because of course old people are easy to mess with. Sorry about that, old people. Now, so when I'm valuing a property, what am I looking for? I'm looking for properties that offer similar functionality. In this instance, the functionality of not walking up and down steps to get to your living area. So therefore, 1-story properties would need to be all kind of lumped together, right? So if I'm appraising a ranch property, and unless it's an extreme situation, I'm only comparing it to other 1-story ranch properties. Now, what happens when you're looking at a property that's a story and a half, say, or we call that a bungalow? Well, a bungalow, in my opinion, is a 2-story property because in my opinion, there is no such thing as a half story. So if you have to go upstairs to get to a living area, that is a 2-story property, which means that property can possibly be lumped into the same combination of maybe a traditional colonial or full 2-story property. So for me, in my market, they're typically 1-story and 2-story properties. There's some variation, but generally speaking, that's it. So when I'm appraising a property that is, say, a bungalow, I am probably going to include similar sized bungalows that are also bungalows as well as colonial properties. Why? Because again, in my view, they offer similar overall functionality, even though they may look different. So that's my little lesson today. Hopefully, the reviewer that we're having challenges with sees this video and she understands what's going on here. So if you like this video, please give it a like, and I will talk to you later.